In this video, I'll be covering Adobe Premiere Pro 2020's powerful new toolbox. In order to understand what's so powerful about this new set of tools, we need to take a brief look at where video editing has come from and where it is heading. Video editing is changing rapidly. There are so many new camera and computer technologies coming out every year. We found ourselves always having to catch up to the latest developments. But now, with this release of Premiere Pro 2024, we have some brand new tools that really allow us to work with any type of media. Now let's jump right into it and explore what these exciting new features do for us. 1. The AI revolution. Many of the features I'm going to talk about today involve AI, which stands for artificial intelligence. You may have heard about this technology that's been really popular lately. Essentially, it is a type of computer programming that allows computers to learn from data and then use that knowledge to complete tasks that would normally require human intelligence. In this case, it does things like analyzes video footage and identify objects or scenes, generates new images based on existing images, predicts what happens next in a video sequence. Adobe has taken full advantage of AI capabilities and integrated them right into this new version of Premiere Pro. And if you're curious about how exactly this works, there are a few things you should know. First, AI tools are developed by training algorithms on massive amounts of data. For example, a tool that recognizes faces might be trained on millions of images of people. This allows the algorithm to learn how to recognize different facial features and distinguish between different people. Second, once an AI tool has been trained, it can be used to analyze and modify new data. Going back to the example of the face recognition tool, once it's been trained, it can then be used to analyze a new image or video frame by frame and identify the faces that appear in it. Third, AI tools are constantly learning and improving. As they're used more and more, they gather more data that can be used to train them. So the more you use an AI tool, the better it becomes. Now that we know a little bit about how AI works, let's dive into some of the ways Adobe has integrated AI into Premiere Pro 2024. One of the most exciting new features is the ability to use natural language to generate new clips. Let me show you how it works. I can select the endpoints of two of my clips and then go over to the Generative Extend panel. Here I can simply tell it to create a new clip that shows someone walking down the beach. It takes a few seconds to process, but then boom, it creates a brand new clip for me. It's like having an unlimited library of stock footage at your fingertips. Another great feature of the AI tools in Premiere Pro 2024 is the ability to search for specific moments in your footage using natural language. This is really useful when you're looking for a specific shot or scene, but don't remember exactly what it was called. Let me show you how it works. First, I open up the media browser and select the folder that contains my footage. Then I go up to the search bar and start typing a description of what I am looking for. Let's say I want to find a shot of a sunset over the ocean. As I type, the search results update in real time, showing me only the clips that match my query. I can scroll through the results until I find the shot I am looking for and then drag it to my timeline. And finally, one of the best things about the AI tools in Premiere Pro 2024 is the ability to remove unwanted objects from your footage. Let me show you how it works. First, I select the clip that contains the object I want to remove. Then I go up to the Object Removal tool and click the button that says Select Subject. The AI will analyze the clip and automatically identify the subject, which in this case is the object I want to remove. I can adjust the selection as needed and then click the Remove button. The AI will then generate a new version of the clip without the selected object. It is amazing how seamless this process is, and it really makes me wonder, what else is possible with AI? 2. The performance leap. The speed of the timeline has also been greatly increased, making it much faster to edit your videos. And this is due to a combination of factors. The first factor is the use of hardware acceleration, which allows the GPU to render the timeline in real time instead of relying on the CPU. The second factor is the use of proxy media, which are low-resolution versions of your original footage that are used to playback in the timeline. When you're ready to export your video, you can choose to export the higher-resolution original media. And the third factor is the use of advanced algorithms for playback and rendering. These algorithms are designed to reduce the amount of processing power required to play back and render the timeline. Overall, the combination of hardware acceleration, proxy media, and advanced algorithms has resulted in a significant increase in the speed of the timeline. Note 3. Audio enhancements. In addition to improving the speed of the timeline, Adobe has also made some major updates to the audio editing capabilities of Premiere Pro 2024. One of the most exciting updates is the ability to see real-time waveforms of your audio as you edit. This is a small but really useful feature that makes it much easier to work with audio. To enable real-time waveforms, simply click on the audio track in the timeline and then click on the Waveform Size button in the audio panel. This will open the Waveform Size menu where you can select the size you want. Another major update to audio editing in Premiere Pro 2024 is the ability to use AI to automatically mix your audio. This feature, known as Smart Mix, is designed to improve the quality of your audio by automatically adjusting the levels of different audio tracks. To use Smart Mix, simply select the audio track you want to mix and then click on the Smart Mix button in the audio panel. This will open the Smart Mix window where you can adjust the settings. Number 4. Color Grading Revolution. If you're one of the many people who use Premiere Pro to color grade your videos, you're gonna love the updates that Adobe has made to this feature in Premiere Pro 2024. First off, they've made it way easier to match the color of one clip to another. Just select the clip you want to match, and then click on the Color Match button in the Lumetri panel. From there, you can choose the reference clip that you want to match the color of, and Premiere Pro will automatically apply the same color correction to the selected clip. Another great update to color grading in Premiere Pro 2024 is the ability to work with HDR footage. HDR, or High Dynamic Range footage, has a wider range of colors and contrast than traditional SDR, or Standard Dynamic Range footage. Until now, working with HDR footage in Premiere Pro could be pretty complicated, but Adobe has made it much easier in this new version. They've added support for HDR metadata, which allows you to view and edit HDR footage in a much more accurate way. Plus, they've added new tools and presets that make it easier to convert SDR footage to HDR and vice versa. Number 5. Format support and compatibility. Adobe has added support for a ton of new media formats and codecs in Premiere Pro 2024. One of the biggest updates is the ability to work with ARRIRAW HDE files. These are a new file format from ARRI, which is a company that makes professional cinema cameras. ARRIRAW HDE files are much smaller than traditional ARRIRAW files, but they don't compromise on quality. That's because they use a new codec that's specifically designed for professional cinema cameras. This means that you can shoot high-quality, high dynamic range footage without having to worry about large file sizes. Another big update to format support in Premiere Pro 2024 is the ability to work with Canon Cinema Raw Light. This is a raw video format from Canon that is specifically designed for use with their professional cinema cameras. Canon Cinema Raw Light files are uncompressed and unencrypted, which gives you a lot of flexibility in terms of editing and color grading. Until now, working with Canon Cinema Raw Light files in Premiere Pro has required special plugins, but Adobe has added native support for it in this new version. That means you can import, edit, and export Canon Cinema Raw Light files without having to install any third-party plugins. And finally, No 6, modernized interface and workflow. Overall, the changes to the interface in Premiere Pro 2024 are minor compared to the other updates, but they do add up to a more pleasant and efficient editing experience. The dark mode is especially nice because it reduces eye strain and makes it easier to see the footage on your timeline. The new rounded corners for timeline clips are also a nice touch because they make it easier to read the names of your clips, especially when you have a lot of them on your timeline. Well, that wraps up our look at Adobe Premiere Pro 2024. I hope you're as excited as I am about the new AI tools and improved performance. It is clear that Adobe is committed to making Premiere Pro the best video editing software on the market, and these new features are just the latest example of that commitment. What do you think of the new features of Premiere Pro 2024? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.